All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in as requested. And I talked about it last night. I'm doing a video on how and why to create t-shirts on Merch by Amazon. I'm going live right now. I'm going to make this into a podcast and a YouTube video. So for those of you who missed the live, you can head on over to YouTube. Link to that is in the description, as well as, of course, my first t-shirt, which is Bearded and Beautifully Better. So head on over, check that out. I forgot to hook up my Raspberry, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to get my podcast started. For those of you who are selling on Amazon, have thought about selling on Amazon, graphic design artists, and really anybody who knows anything about business, this video is for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it doesn't require any inventory. It doesn't require any cost whatsoever. There's zero cost involved, except a little bit of time and effort. A lot on my part because I know absolutely nothing about graphic design. But I'm a little bit of a computer whiz, so I was willing to teach myself. And it only makes sense. So essentially, you're able to create designs, throw them up on Merch by Amazon once you have your account approved. And as long as they're original designs and there's no copyright or trademark infringement of any kind, then Amazon creates your listing. They make the pictures, which are phenomenal. They advertise it. They do everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can actually see my dashboard. You create, somebody bought a t-shirt already that may or may not have been me. And you see your estimated royalties right here. So of course you don't make all the profit, but let's take this into consideration. I made one design and uploaded it, and when somebody buys it, I make $5.38. So why not be able to do that while I'm doing other stuff? As most of you know, my primary concern is my Amazon business, both retail arbitrage and private label beard care products. So why not throw a few designs up and be able to make some money on the side? So I'm going to go ahead and get my podcast set up a while. Grab my steering wheel here, and I'm going to check my audio. That seems to be a pretty popular problem when I do Facebook Live videos. But go ahead and share this video if you think any of your friends might want to know how to put t-shirt designs up, or you know any graphic design artists. I know several myself, and the truth of the matter is, working to advertise the shirts might take a little bit of effort in getting people to buy them, but you create a design or two, you throw it up, and next thing you know, you're making a couple bucks here and there. Why not? So create my podcast, new episode, start recording. The music I have on here is directly from Creator Studio on YouTube. And I always do the ones that don't require any attribution because I don't like any extra work. So good morning once again to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is going to be made into a podcast and a YouTube video. If you haven't seen my shirt, go ahead and click the link in the description of this live video. It is Bearded and Beautifully Better. I have one coming out that is the nutritional information for a boyfriend. Obviously, most of these shirts are going to be marketed to the women, and and the men are probably the ones going to end up wearing it. So it sounds like we got some pretty decent audio. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns while I do this, go ahead and let me know. I'm going to turn my background music up just a hair. It seems like we can't hear that well. That's all right. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments section, shoot me a message, whatever you got to do to get it across, and I'll be sure to respond to it as quickly as possible. I'm going to start my new recording for my podcast. Of course, make sure my Raspberry microphone is selected, and get a little anxious when it comes to the audio because I've had several problems with that. Alright, good morning once again, Bearded Veteran podcast listeners. Welcome back to the Retail Tale. If you haven't been over to the website, please feel free to check that out. It is www.avetsbeard.com, and my YouTube channel and this podcast are also listed there. We have just launched our first design for merch by Amazon. I'm pretty excited about that. That's actually what today's episode is on. As requested, how do you do it? Why do you do it? Merch by Amazon. So let's go back to the basics. I definitely forgot to include a link to the merch by Amazon in the video, but I will do that for the podcast. So if you're like me, I like to Google things to make sure I get the right one. It is merch.amazon.com, and you're just going to head on over there. And then it covers it step by step. Upload your artwork, set your price, they print it, ship it. You get access to Amazon Prime when you create designs. This is for primarily t-shirts, sweatshirts, and things of that nature. So step one, go to the website and request an invitation. Okay, this is like a application for a merchant selling account. You go ahead and fill that out. Of course, when I clicked on it, it logged me into my account because I already have an account. And they limit you to, so once you get approved, I want to say it took maybe about a week or two for me to get approved. I've heard some people took way longer. And the number one recommendation I've heard, which I did, is as soon as you get approved, upload a design. So if you're like me and you don't know anything about your graphic design or your graphic design software or graphic design in general, then make up a design as quickly as possible, even if it's in Paint. The first one I uploaded looked like hot garbage, and I want to say I've deleted that design. Yeah, I removed that design now. But you guys get the idea. Just anything. Get in the Paint game on your computer. Go ahead and scribble out your name and make it into a t-shirt and upload it. But once you get your account approved, upload something as quickly as possible. The way you do that, of course, you go back to merch by Amazon, the merch.amazon.com. You'll sign in. You'll be on your dashboard. Go ahead and click create. Okay. Now, for those of you who have never done this, pay close attention, because even if you have graphic design experience, they make it even more simple, okay? So you're going to choose upload, of course, and the way I do it is in Adobe Illustrator, which I have open right now. There's an option when you save the file to create the artboard, and I save them as the artboard. So, of course, Bearded and Beautifully Better, I saved it as an artboard, and you open that and it uploads it. I'll use that as an example. So, of course, I've created a completely separate folder on my computer. But you upload it, and the way I do this, I'm just going to show you what it looks like first. So if you're listening to the podcast, head on over to the YouTube channel, or find me on Facebook at Avetsbeard. That's my Facebook page. It'll pop up, the Bearded Veteran. You'll see a picture of me conducting an interview, and you can see how you upload it, and it fits right in there, and it looks wonderful. And then you pick your standard premium long sleeve sweatshirt or pullover hoodie. Okay, those are your selections. Then you can do front and back. Keep in mind that as you add artwork and premium t-shirt or pullover hoodie, you are increasing the price that Amazon charges for you to sell it. Okay, so if you want to keep your price low to your customer, then keep in mind how much artwork you're throwing on there and things of that nature. So here we got this. This is where I struggled initially. We have the artwork uploaded to the t-shirt. It looks great, it fits, it says saved, and we got no error messages. Okay, so now I'm going to show you an example of an error message. So let's go back, let's pick one of these. So this is the one I used just to get something uploaded initially. It says, if your boyfriend has no beard, you have a girlfriend. That's right. So the beard, I want to make sure I get the wrong size because I want to show you the error message. So I click on it and it says, please upload a file matching the artwork dimensions below. And it says 4,500 pixels by 5,400 pixels. And as most of you know, especially those in graphic design, you can open Paint on your computer. You can go to resize and change not only the pixels, but you can remove the ratio. So instead of matching the ratio of the original picture, you can just type in 4,500 by 5,400, click OK and save, and then upload it. And the problem with this is if it's smaller and you expand it, it distorts it because you're working with pixels. So learn Adobe Illustrator. Okay, don't get me wrong, for the first one, just get something in there. So absolutely go to Paint for those of you who are either computer illiterate or have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. You go into Paint, you open, okay, let's find the picture that we're working with, open that, go to resize right here, uncheck maintain aspect ratio, okay, we're going to click on pixels and we're going to do 4,500 by 5,400, okay. Alright, you simply click the little disc in the upper left hand corner or go to File and Save, and your picture is now the right size. So I'll do that just for demonstration purposes. I'm in Paint, I have successfully resized my picture, and now I still have this error message, please upload a file matching the artwork dimensions below. Click Upload, go back to the picture, click it, and we wait for it to upload. And then, of course, once it registers, we get the saved. Okay, and that's exactly what we're looking for. There we go. Alright, so it's up now. And this is going to look like garbage, and once you change the color of the t-shirt, of course, because this is actually a photo and not a graphic design, you'll have that white on the background. So whether you do a blue t-shirt, a green t-shirt, a black t-shirt, you're going to have white on the background. The point of this first one is to save your spot so that if it takes you 3 months to pull the trigger on uploading some actual designs, Amazon doesn't delete your account. Now this has to be original as well, but if you're like me, I was learning Adobe Illustrator. I'm still learning Adobe Illustrator and how to do all sorts of neat things with it. I absolutely love it, and it's something fun I like to do, but I didn't want my account to get suspended or deleted because I was dragging my feet. So I threw something up here, and in order to compensate for the dimensions and know what you can do in Illustrator within the limits of this border right here around the shirt, you can go to product design templates. So this, of course, is your initial one. You save selection, walk through the steps. I'm pretty sure I can show you what that looks like, and then move back. Yeah, go back to previous page. Okay, so here you can select your colors. I think you can do up to 5 different colors. The first stumbling block I hit, which is actually with the current design, once again in the description of this video, if you click on it and you go to Amazon, you look at the Bearded and Beautifully Better t-shirt and select black as a color, you'll see that it doesn't show up that well because I wasn't aware of that when I first set it up. So make sure whatever you're working with, you pick the right colors and whatnot. You can set your price point I left it as the suggested list price because I think $19.99 is a fair price. And after purchasing one myself, there is a shipping cost involved that I believe is $5.99. So you can do men, women, youth, keeping in mind that it's $5.99 for shipping. You obviously want to keep your suggested list price as reasonable as possible. These are custom designed shirts, so I think closer to $30 wouldn't be that big of a jump. But let's not get greedy because we want to move shirts. Quantity is going to increase this number right here. So save selection and continue. You guys get the gist. That green message is definitely something we want to see on a regular basis. So you go ahead and fill this out. My brand, because I get to do whatever I want, is the Bearded merch. I think I actually did the Bearded apparel at one point. And you literally just fill out these boxes. Brand name, title of product, suggested list price, key product features, product description. And I will show you what my product description is. I like to have fun with those. So let's see, merch by Amazon. I open another tab, come down here, Bearded and Beautifully Better. And my product description, let's see. Here we go. A fun shirt for the girlfriends to get their bearded boyfriends, or for the single bearded guys to wear. Now you can wear your pride on your face and show it on your shirt. So you get to have fun with that, whatever you want to say in there. The next one I have coming up, it's still pending approval, is a little bit more entertaining. I'll let you guys stay tuned to check that out. Of course, after this, you're going to click Save Selection and Continue, and you review it, and then you can save as draft, submit the listing, or there's a third option, I forget what it is. You are limited to uploading one design per day, and you can only list 10 at one time. So in theory, it should take you 10 days to get all your 10 designs uploaded, and then if you want to add another one, you have to delete one. Okay, so let's go back. I'm not actually gonna list this, so I hit abandon changes. Okay, I'm gonna go back again, and I'm back on the upload art page, which is right after I hit create product. Okay, so under choose your product and upload your artwork, you see product design templates. For those of you who are not familiar with graphic design and how to size your artboard according to these pixels, you can click that. Even if you already know how to do that, I highly recommend you use these. So here is for t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, crew neck, and hoodie back only. Okay, and then they've got a separate one for the hoodie front only. They've got questions and answers. Do we have to create separate art files for each product? No, some products are the same printable areas, so you can use the same files across multiple products. That's an interesting question. There's contact us, legal, frequently asked questions, and then the overview page. But here it shows the outline or the setup of each type of apparel that they offer. And then you simply choose your software. So I have Illustrator, so of course I did the first one. You can use Photoshop or GIMP. I'm not even familiar with what that is. I use Illustrator because it vectorizes the image, so it's a little bit easier to work with. There is potential, if you're going to put a photo on your shirt, to use Photoshop. That might be a better idea. I've strictly been working with Illustrator, so now I'll show you what that looks like. So if you're working in Adobe Illustrator, all right, I'm going to go to open recent. Here is the template, or you just find it, or after you download it, you go to your downloads folder and you double click it, and once it opens, it looks like this. Okay, so this is phenomenal because this allows you to create your design inside the limits of the t-shirt design. Over here on the left, it has the merch by Amazon, Instructions, there's 3 simple steps: place your design, preview product types, and submit your design. They walk you through everything, they make it as easy as possible. And then, of course, if you're not familiar with Adobe Illustrator, I don't want to turn this into an Illustrator tutorial. I can do one of those as a separate video, especially specific to this. But I like to add a layer and then come over here, and as you don't need them, turn all of this stuff off. So now, of course, I can turn it back on. But you guys see how everything that shows up, I can make it disappear by playing with the layers. And once, of course, I have my design set up, I literally just come over here and hide all these, make the instructions go away, the t-shirt outline go away. I hit File and Export, select PNG, because I don't know if I've covered this, but they only accept PNG files when you're uploading. Select PNG, use artboards and export, and that will export it to whatever folder you choose as a PNG file in the correct dimensions. I'm going to go ahead and close this and not save any changes because I don't want to mess with my template that I've downloaded. That's essentially how you get everything set up. You go through, you create the design, you upload it. We'll go back to my dashboard here for a moment, see all products in Manage. And as you see, they have created another draft for that garbage design I was using, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And the Bearded and Beautifully Better t-shirt is live under status. The Boyfriend Nutritional info is under review. And then I have another Bearded and Beautifully Better shirt that I created, the Bearded Veteran, on the front and put the design on the back. That's as a draft. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload that or not. I might poll the audience on that one. I have a few other ideas for designs. You really only need 10. The main purpose of this podcast episode and the video is to encourage anyone who even thinks they may have had an idea for a t-shirt to do this, because literally all I do is create the design and upload it, and Amazon does the rest of the work. They create the listing, the advertising, the pictures. They help you set the suggested price. Someone orders the product, they create the shirt, they ship it. You can tap into the Amazon Prime and get the shirt to the person's doorstep in 2 days. And when someone gets the shirt and doesn't like it and decides they want to return it or exchange it or get a refund, Amazon handles all of that as well. This is, when it comes to the customer service aspect, that's something I've been tapping into through Fulfillment by Amazon with my retail arbitrage and private label and professional selling account. And if you have questions about that, feel free to let me know. But this is another channel you can use to sell things that takes no inventory. There's no cost. It simply takes a little bit of time. You sit down, you apply for it, you wait that week or 2 weeks to get approved. Once you get approved, you upload a design as quickly as possible. And if you're already a graphic design artist, this is going to be even way easier for you because you already know how to use things like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, and it's not going to be as much of a learning curve for someone like you. For me, I had to sit down, take it step by step, watch plenty of YouTube videos. I'm still learning new things every single day. I actually got a stylus and started to create logos and designs on my iPad, so that's pretty exciting. But to be honest with you, without an upfront investment, without keeping any inventory, I don't have to wholesale t-shirts, I don't have to figure out how I'm going to print them or anything like that. I can just put a design up here and they sell shirts. I like that idea. So I think everybody should be doing this personally because I believe everybody has an idea for a t-shirt. But hey, you choose not to do it and you have an idea for a t-shirt, let me know. I'll be happy to throw the design up on my Merch by Amazon page. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. I appreciate everyone. Sorry we went a little bit long today, but hey, head on over to my website. I'm going to put the YouTube version of this podcast episode up there later on today, and that website again is www.avetsbeard.com. It's in the description of this episode, and you can reach me directly at ryanthebeardedveteran@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all the support, and don't forget to get your version of the t-shirt. You can choose any color you want. I highly recommend you stay away from black. That's in the description of the video as well. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next episode. So now I'm going to check my comments. I am going to turn this into a YouTube video and put it up for everybody to take advantage of. I want to see if I have any comments or questions so far. I'd love to address those while I'm live. But like I said, I think everybody should really be doing this. I'm going to go ahead and close out all my tabs. Michael asks, what about copyrights? Well, all of these designs are original, so we don't have to worry about copyrights. That's a good question, Michael, because so say I met this guy. He is doing college basketball mascot designs for 3D printed boxes, and so Wolfpack, the Deacons, Duke, the Tar Heels, he's making those designs on boxes, and when it comes to selling those boxes, he can do word of mouth, person to person. There's nothing against, a friend wanted it, so to speak. But as far as using a professional selling platform such as Amazon or Merch by Amazon, he has to get copyright and trademark permissions from the people who own those. So that's definitely a hurdle. So I would never create a t-shirt design that has the Nike check mark on it or dysfunctional veteran logo on the front of it. I would just make a t-shirt that is all my own original design. And when it comes to copyright and trademark with Merch by Amazon, once you submit the design on the website like I showed you to create it, there's a waiting period. It's about a day or two. I think I got the email late last night, so it was almost 36 hours from when I submitted the design to when it got approved. And the reason for that is because someone on Amazon's team is scouring the internet to make sure that you didn't steal that design. So as long as all of your designs are original and they came out of your head and then you make them, then you don't have anything to worry about when it comes to copyright and trademark infringement. Now, for those of you who struggle with not coming up with designs, but you have a design idea and you struggle with the computer aspect of it, I'm sure there's some sort of option you could use to, come to an agreement with a graphic design artist to create the designs for you. But if you're going to pay someone to come up with those designs, now you're adding a cost to something that originally didn't have one in the first place. So that's just something to keep in mind. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and upload all of this stuff, and I have to shoot an email off to get my beard care products rolling. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, head on over to the website and get your copy of the shirt today. It's in the link. The link is in the description of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful day.